Okay, so welcome everyone to this iMoot16 session. Today we've got joining us Rabnawaz Panhyar. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And he's going to talk to us about providing quality education using learning management systems in a rural population. A really useful topic and something which I think is going to become much more important in the years to come. So over to you, Rabnawaz.
Thank you very much, Andy. Indeed, it's an honor to present our story with you at iMoot. So, my topic: helping rural population get qualitative education using LMS in Pakistan. First of all, I will make you to know about the Pakistan, my country. It has 5 world's highest peaks out of 15. You must have heard the Goodwin Austin RK2, which is the second highest peak of the world. And then there's the Naga Parbat, then Gesharbaram 1 and 2. And it's the home of more than 200 million people. So mostly population is rural, more than 60% population lives in rural areas. And we have there are 157 higher education institutes, so it is very less number of institutes that we are having in this Pakistan, and the most of the higher education institutes are based in urban areas, like the Karachi. You must have heard the Karachi, Islamabad, Lahore, these areas. So there is an issue with the rural population when in terms of getting education, that is quality education. Now this map, we can see that the metropolitan areas like this, you can see this is the Karachi, the largest most populous city of the Pakistan. Then there's the Lahore, then comes the Islamabad, the capital territory, then Peshawar and other areas. And we can see that the other areas, the mostly it is a rural populous country, we can see. And when it comes to the education, we can see that the urban areas are having most educated people inside there. And these areas which were previously map shows that these are the rural areas, there are less number of educated people due to less number of the quality institutes, higher education institutes. And there is also the less number of the higher education institutes or school infrastructures inside these rural areas. Now, where we operate, this is the map of Sindh province, which is the southern part of the Pakistan, and we operate in this area. You see, this is the middlemost part of the rural area. We operate here, this is the Sakhar, and this is surrounded by the mostly the rural population. So, when the candidates who want to have the quality education, when they are denied the admission in the quality educations of urban areas, because these are very less number of the institutes, like 157 is very less number of institutes to accommodate 200, more than 200 million people. So what they do, they go for the alternatives. They register themselves in the programs, privately owned, privately run programs. But what happens, then they never attend the college life, or they never attend the university life, they never attend a single college. They just go and appear in the final exams. So the learning which was required by attending the university or attending the college, a regular program, that is missed from by these candidates. So this was the issue. So how to address this issue? As Sakhar IB operates in this very remote area, and currently we accommodate more than 3,000 students from various rural areas. But we wanted to accommodate more people, or we wanted to educate more people from the rural areas. But even we have the limitations. Our institute is, even though it's a higher education institute recognized by Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, and Minister of Education supports us, funds us, but then we can't accommodate all those different candidates coming from all these rural areas. So our management, Muniza, she is with us. Last year, we thought why should not we go for the start a program called distance education, where we can accommodate the people from different rural areas. So we started a program distance education in 2015. Currently we run the MPhil education and EMBA program. MPhil education, which is free of cost, this is to promote the educationists around our rural areas. And mostly the candidates who have come for the MPhil education, they are like the K-12 teachers, K-10 teachers. So the school teachers are mostly coming to join us in this program. So we just offer this free of cost. And EMBA, which is also called the Executive MBA, Masters of Business Administration, we charge them a nominal fees, a very nominal fees. Why? Because those who are getting executive MBA degree, they are very suitable jobs. They are executive, so we charge them very nominal fees.
And also, MPhil in education students are professionals too who could do quality education. So these are targeting would and research and education at a higher level and become change agents in their own system. Provide a very high candidates that appear here. But first, in order to we are two courses, and Rabnawaz will tell you how we are doing it through LMS and using LMS to provide education at a distance to them.
Thank you, ma'am. So distance education, we knew the fact that the most of the private candidates, they just go and register themselves in different private programs and to have a degree and to just appear in the final exams. So this was the scenario. So we wanted to discourage them, and we wanted to encourage distance programs so that they might attend at least some of the class lectures or some of the university life. So the distance education we have started here is blended in its nature, where 50% of the classes will take on the campus. So these students have to be present on campus. They have to be physically here. They have to physically experience the environment of a university, environment of the class, environment of the interaction with the teachers and with other students. So 50% they have to be here in our institute.
And also they get an exposure to the university life, which is they have access to a very good library that we have here. They have access to a couple of resources that we have here, and a very high quality faculty that we employ in this institution. As a matter of fact, we are around 70 PhDs now in this institution. Most of them are from our international PhDs. So we are really setting up a very high quality education system here. So this is the access that we wanted to provide because, as Rabnawaz just stated, that that state in an international context, because students here, when they opt for private system, only appear in examination, and even the examination is complete cheating. So there is no examination in that way. So there is no education at higher level. And Sakar IB is really working very hard to provide this through a distance forum.
So we figure out that we should run a distance program to get the most of the IT usage and to help the rural population get a quality education. But then our management decided we must own LMS, or we should go for the LMS, so that all academic activities should be take place on that LMS online. So here's the Moodle's entry. Thanks to the Moodle's openness and the continual support both from the Moodle headquarters and community around the world, I'm a big fan of this open source project. And 6 months ago, when this program was started, the intern on LMS, so I was assigned a task to shut down the list of the different LMS used worldwide. So I present them different LMSs which are worldwide used. but most of them were the sole proprietorship, so we have to pay for those softwares. But then I got this Moodle, and which is the mostly used open source LMS around the world, and the community, the continual support from the community which I am getting. It's 6 months have passed, and now I am the only Pakistani to be the official tester of the latest version of the Moodle, that's 3.1. It was just due to because of the community's continual support. Then I went to the higher authority, and I asked them that we should go for the Moodle, that is the open source, and that is very much interactive, and we can change, we can program it as per our needs. Community supports us, and this PHP and all other things help us to go for the customization. So the management agreed, and initially we configured the 2.6 plus Moodle's variant. So it was my first experience, and even the faculty was unaware of this LMS. Even I was unaware, but I got the help from community. I learned how to configure this, how to create the courses on it, and I have also attended that Teach Moodle's course, which was offered by Moodle headquarter in this January 2016. And then whatever I learned from the community, I passed it to the faculty. So I conducted the many different trainings for the faculty members. Then I also supported to the students. So this was the Moodle's entry. So everybody was very much happy. And then we just shifted from 2.6 to 3.0 plus 1, which is the latest variant also of the Moodle. Moodle help us in, after all, it's a platform where all academic activities take place. All the major activities which we are running in this distance education are done via Moodle. Major activities like the forum where students, faculty interact with each other. Students, they also interact with each other. We also use the feedback to know, faculty know the students' understanding. We also use the quizzes to assess the students' learning, and we also use the assignment to assign the different tasks. And these are majorly used the features of the Moodle. We also use that Lightbox gallery to share the photos, the class pictures which were taken by the students or by the faculty members. Now in our next semester, we are having a communication course. So we will go for the plugin that is read aloud, and for the mathematics course, we will go for different plugins with the help of community. So we can also, so this is the snapshot from the 3.0.1. A faculty member is introducing himself to the dispersed rural population, rural candidates, which are coming from the different areas of our northern part of the Sindh. So he is using, you can get idea that which forum he is using, because mostly when the faculty they introduce themselves, they use the news forum. So this is the students introducing himself in a social forum. We also create a social forum where we ask the different the registered candidates to introduce themselves with the faculty and with the other candidates. So this is a snapshot taken from our course, and where a student is introducing. You see, he is a Masters of Arts in English, and he is also an educationist, and he also runs an educational language center. So he is getting here the education of Masters of MPhil, and from we have a faculty from US, from UK, from France. We have Dr. Rifat from France. We have Dr. Irfan from who had his degree PhD from UK. We have Dr. Fida, who has his degree from Michigan State University, and Ma'am Maniza, she is masters from Australia. Australia, the home of the Moodle open source. When I told her, she was so amazed that because when she was there at Monash University, there she had learned a lot of good things. And when I told her that this software was also built by Australians, Sir Martin Dogmias, so she was very happy.
If I could just state, bringing students to the Moodle forum and helping them really using this online forum it was a nightmare for us initially, because we brought them in to Sakhar IBA for orientation of around 1 week to help them open the computer, log into the computer, and then to run the computer, and then to understand the LMS aspects, and to even create a login or login key, passwords, and all of that. So we went through around a week time to help them. We were really struggling, and we were thinking, how would we really bring them to use LMS at a distance? But with all the hard work that we went through, and Rabnawaz has put in extreme effort, picking up phones 12 o'clock and in the midnight to help students log into this system. But this is how it worked in a rural context that we are in, and we understand that this will happen. So we were very prepared that yes, we'll go through all of this, and that's why we had this initial orientation program for the students. So they had to come here for a complete face-to-face for a week and work with us on it. But this is how we have to build such courses in rural context, and we are trying to understand how to further build such courses and help students use LMS in this aspect. So over to you.
As earlier I said that the rural population mostly they lack the IT skills. So we had a rigorous training session which lasted for almost 1 week. We trained them with the basic IT skills. Then we also had a training session on the LMS. We introduced them to use the forums, to attempt the quizzes, to go for the assignment, how they will submit the assignment, how they will process their assignment from the Turnitin, and how they will reply to the posts. So these were all activities which we had done in previous semester. But now they have got enough knowledge, and now they are doing best. Now I can show you. I will share my desktop in the end of the presentation, and I will show you their responses. How many in the rural region have access to it? Yeah, oh, of course. When they came to us, we asked them they must buy the PC. Recommended was the laptop was the recommended, and we asked them to have the internet. Mostly in this rural areas, we have the wireless connections. PTCL is Pakistan's Telecommunication Limited. So they provide the wireless devices where they can connect to the internet. I hope this answered Pam. Oh, yes, speed is nowadays recently PTA Pakistan Telecommunication Authority have passed a resolution to launch the 4G network across the country, but even they are struggling out. What they do, when most of the students they are from the rural areas and even far from rural areas, so they come to the small towns where the speed is okay, then they just access the LMS. Otherwise, there is a very low speed.
Also, when they come to the city area and they come to Sakhar IBA, we have a very high speed and network here that we get through the Higher Education Commission. So downloading the materials, we suggest that they download it here mostly. But they can access the LMS and they can respond on the LMS. But when there's like a video or when we upload some reading materials, we always recommend that they download it or they take it on a flash drive from us so that they can read it on their screen. Yes, we understand speed is an issue.
Mostly the wireless devices, we call them EVO. EVO is a trademark of PTCL. EVO devices, they buy the EVO devices. So the normal average speed is 3.1 MB per second, but it is just commercialized data. We have 3.1 MB per second. Usually they get 250 kilobytes per second. So the infrastructure is having a really very issue. But I think the mostly they are the telecommunication other industry like the Mobilink or Zong, they are offering packages, high-speed packages, but again they charge them.
And also, Sakhar IBA now has around 10 centers in rural communities. So, Jacombad, Nushuro Feroz, Dadu, we have our centers. And what we are really thinking of is for next time we allow these candidates, or we provide opportunity to these candidates to come to our centers where we have the PUN HEC network already present there. So we are giving access to them. So in the next, this is our plan down the line to use our centers to give them access.
In PUM, most of the students have the internet access, but its speed is subject to their network provider. Like we have the PTCL, Watteen, Warid, Mobilinks, but almost all the students have the internet. Otherwise, how would they connect with the? Because it was recommended. It was first requirement to have the internet, to have the PC. We recommended them to buy the laptops. Because we were not charging them any fees, so we asked them to invest that money and get these devices.
And also very recently our Higher Education Commission has provided this facility of laptops to distance education learner and higher education learners. So who enroll in this program, they will have a free laptop too. So this is another new facility that they'll be getting.
I think by the end of this year, all the enrolled students of distance education, they will be provided with the latest laptops by the Higher Education Commission and high-speed broadband device. Future planning. So it is, madam, because she is from the management side, she discussed that we had opened already the different centers in Jacobabad, which is far most rural area of the Sindh, then Tul, then Kashmir, Kandakot, Ghotki, Nushra Feroz. We have already opened these distance centers where we have provided the highly equipped laboratories, provided them the high-speed internet, so they can go to that laboratory and they can access the high-speed internet and other facilities.
Also, we are thinking of now recording our lectures as well. So we're setting up a video lecture recording room, so that if participants could not travel from those past places to Sakhar IBA, they could be attending these sessions at a center close to their places. So this sort of facilities is what we are moving on. We're also moving into developing more courses on through open learning and distance learning mode, such as skill-based certificate courses and other types of courses as well. So we do have a plan down the line to move more into distance learning, but we are still looking at how to have quality in these courses, and for access, yes, we are trying all of that, but high quality courses is what we want to offer, so that down the line we are not hit as other courses of Allama Iqbal that and other universities that are offering very low courses, low quality courses. So this is a challenge for us.
So I think it's the time I should share my desktop with you, and I must show you the recorded videos of faculty members and other stuff. I can share the desktop. Oh. So it asks me to install a Java. I didn't install the Java, so
Is that going to take time? That's all right.
actually this was a very busy day, so I didn't check that Java was not installed in my PC.
Install it now.
I think we can't.
You can't install it now? Okay.
So I must have checked earlier that whether the Java.
What browser are you using, Rabnawaz?
Firefox. It's Firefox.
Okay, that should work. Have you seen the little button right up at the left where the address bar is? It could be something to do with that when you're sharing. There's often a...
No, it asks me to share your desktop. There is an icon, blue icon.
Yeah.
And when I'm clicking on it, then it says that desktop sharing presenters view. You have no Java installed. Please click here to install latest Java to use the desktop sharing feature.
Uh-huh.
I think here is the... So, Andy, I think it will...
How much time will it take to install? It's not installed.
So I'm afraid I can't show you the screen, the videos which we have recorded, or the courses which we have made, or the homepage. So I'm using the adaptable theme in the 3.0, which is latest version of the Moodle. And earlier in 2.6 plus, we used clean theme. So I think hope you will get the idea. But the adaptable theme is more interactive and more user friendly, and faculty, most of the faculty staff members they're loving it.
We have customized especially for ourselves. I think we can share that later on, some examples of it. Yeah.
The course, the forum, I will share with you the snapshots, or I will record a video using Camtasia, and I will upload that to somewhere else in the course forum. So we are very thankful to the iMoot community and the Moodle community and the others, listeners and viewers. Thanks for listening to our story, and we are open to the questions if you have any.
Okay, I'll quickly jump in there, Rabnawaz, and say thank you very, very much for telling us about your initiative. I think it's a really important initiative, bringing the modern education systems to these people, and really I wish you every success. So let's see if the people here have got any questions.
Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you, Sarah. She told the press work report. So basically, it's my first iMoot conference. So I was a bit scared. That's why I asked.
You are excited, I think.
I'm also excited. I'm as well as at the same time I'm scared.
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome. I will be sharing my stories. It's now like you can see my question. Yeah, of course. When we started this program, when we advertised this program, there were almost more than 200
Students who applied, yes. Yeah, when we advertised the program, MPhil in Education, we had around 200 people that applied, but we also have a quality process of admissions. We went through admission test and interview, and we then enrolled around 20 students. So this year we are wanting to prepare people for tests and interviews prior to admission so that people can qualify the rigorous admission process too. You would understand that it's a quality institution, so we really want candidates of that level who could really participate in the course as well. So that was the numbers we took, but next year we're really planning to increase the numbers. And for that we will do an orientation, we'll do a preparatory courses for them so that they can really pass our test in our...
It's from Africa. It's from Namibia, Africa.
Okay. So, okay, that's great. I have also worked in Africa. that's great. You're happening in Africa too, and what type of features of LMS are you using, or what other materials are you using in that context?
Shall I?
Fine, go ahead. So this is our emails. We can surely share our work, and we would love to interact and understand what you're doing in Africa. By the way, we are using this low text. Let's share some of this. We are doing MPhil in education and EMBA, but we are moving towards now bachelor's in education program, and particularly we are looking at English programs as well that we are wanting to convert, and maths education program and science programs. So we will love to share things with you. Very much for really listening to us.
Andy, over to you now.
Can we have our email?
Okay, thanks very much indeed, Rabnawaz. What I'll do is I will wrap up the recording now. If anybody's got any other questions, we can carry on afterwards. We've got a little bit of time. But thanks for both of you for taking the time to share your knowledge and your experience with us.
Thank you, Andy.